Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Garret, and I am an alcoholic. Hey.
Oh, no, the other way.
So, I just wanted to say, because I will speak really loud, my name is Garret, and I am an alcoholic. I don't know why I crossed my arms. Maybe because I am serious. Who knows? People like to come in here and be all serious and stuff like that. Serious, you know? I don't know. What I do know is I grew up in this town far, far away in a galaxy called Tuba City. You know, they play tubas there. I'm not sure why they do that, but it's a town in Tuba City, Arizona. You know, I stand here because this process works. For the guys sitting in the back and the ladies sitting in the back, I'm here for you guys. We're all here for you guys. Because I used to sit in the back. I couldn't hear anything. I just showed up because I had this paper to sign and things like that. And pretend that I could just go to a meeting and be okay. You know, we understand. We do. And I'm truly grateful to be here with you guys. I don't know what goes on, but Reed showed up in a red shirt, and it's pretty cool. And that just reminds me to stay in the moment all the time. But yeah, I grew up in a town called Tuba City, and they didn't play tubas there. You know. Well, maybe because you're talking too loud, Mike, and you know. But for reals though, they did not play tubas. They did not. What we did there was we waited for the bus. We waited for, man, try not to laugh. Try not to laugh. So, I'm serious. I'm sweating. Can you believe that? Anyways, yeah, you know, she Garret B yeah. Twahanes Dizadent Nasha, Auto 20 Chini Bushichin, Auto B Betwani Dashanella, you know, born for the Water Clan, and my dad is Deer Clan. And I'm from this town called Twirling Water, you know. I used to share that with everybody, and they were like, how do you say that again? And I was like, yeah, that's Twirling Water. That just means the water comes from underneath. And things like that. But yeah, typical story, right? Typical. I grew up in an area where we were raised cooking food on the stove, you know, using the restroom in this thing called an outhouse and stuff like that. You know, we didn't have flushing toilets, and we would wake up in the morning and greet the sun. And that was the most beautiful part ever, because we didn't have water, but we had to haul water and chop woods. There's a book out there called that, if you want to look it up. And those were the basic tools. Those were the basic needs. And I don't want to sound professional or anything like that. You know, I have a mom. I have a dad. And you know, that was my first sobriety day when I was born. I was born September 29th, 1988. You know, that was a while back. That's when I was pure, right? No sense of ease or comfort like that back in the day. There was no anything, like, I was just pure, right? I could eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day and be okay. I like the effects produced by that and things like that. But it was a beautiful thing because there was no things like feelings or judgment or like blaming people because I was able to play in this thing called the sandbox, right? With my GI Joes, my Pokemon cards, my marbles, my Pogs, things like that. My mom would say, "Hey, get inside. I want you guys to come inside now." That's when you know when the lights are on at nighttime. You guys got to go inside, right? My dad would always show me how to string up some drums and stuff like that. He would say, jogo, which means patient. Patient. These are words I did not understand. And I miss my dad. I lost my dad to this disease called alcoholism. If not treated, it progresses and it attaches to all kinds of things, right? We don't know what it is because we don't know what it is yet. But I grew up. Oh no, I didn't grow up. I got taller. I did. That's all. That's all. That's what happened. I just got taller. And yeah, and I got glasses in third grade. I started, realizing before I got to third grade. Oh yeah, by the way, I have a sponsor. His name is Craig, and my sobriety date is 12/27 of 19. And I do have a home group. It's called the Primary Purpose Group, downstairs on Friday. And I am of service of that home group. And yeah, and I sponsored brothers. The most beautiful part is sitting down with another alcoholic and things like that. And I think I forgot to mention that in the first part, right? I think you guys got to go up here and say that stuff before you guys even start and stuff. But I don't know. I just figured I'd mention that right now and things like that. But anyways, yeah, I was in school and stuff, and I realized like I was too shy, right? I was too shy to like even say that I needed glasses. I would pretend I would be at the front of the the chalkboard or be in the back of the classroom and be like, oh, what's that? Things like that. And I was too scared, right? I started developing feelings. I started developing this judgment, these opinions, and I wouldn't say opinions, more like just like feelings, man. I was scared. I'm pretty sure we all knew that. You see a hot girl walk by, you're like, oh man, that's cool. And then, but these are feelings, right? And my solution back in the day was ice cream, or playing soccer. I used to play soccer back in the day. I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but we used to play on the playgrounds in the morning time. We used to play frisbees and stuff. That was the most freest time ever, It's beautiful. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because we all had a childhood. We were all small. I can see everyone smiling. I could see this little kid in every side of each one of us. But something happened, right? Something happened. What happened? I think these feelings started to evolve or revolve around people we think we should please, we should be like, and things like that. And I think part of this was my problem. So when I was a little kid, sugar was my solution. I even had to get my gallstones removed, which was weird. I didn't think I would have that much sugar. But I think this is the part where I see people take a drink of water. Not to make fun of anything, but I do love this program. AA showed me how to tie my shoes. AA showed me how to be me. I know I was told to wear a suit, but it seems like I got to arrange life to suit me. I'd rather just be me, you know? I'm just Garrett. I'm just a dude. Just a dude that loves cheeseburgers, you know? Really do. You know? But anyways, yeah, we're get back on track. Part of that was I like moving my hands and stuff like that. Part of that reality was we didn't know what was really wrong with us. We didn't know what was really going on. So we had to run away, maybe hide in the bathroom and eat with our lunch trays and be like, man, everybody doesn't like me. You know, fuck. But we had these feelings like we don't want to go out there. We avoided everything. I'm speaking from experience because that's exactly what I did. You know, and I was one of those guys at junior high, like, oh man. And I found some weed one day. And I was able to breathe. I was able to find a comfort. I find a comfort in that. And then I walked to, we would go to the Flagstaff every once a month, right? And I realized that you could like use these hands. So in Navajo they call alcoholism ashklai bala. They call them hands, right? Which is weird. I found that out when I was listening to these CDs in Navajo, and I was like, wow, that made sense. Like hands, ashklai bala means hands. That's alcoholism. It attaches, it grabs things. But anyways, I stole though. I stole some vodka, and I'm pretty sure we all did this. You know, you show up for junior high and stuff like that, and you have these Dasani bottles, and you would just put them in there and things like that and get wasted before PE class. Well, that's me. That's what I did. I I did that. I smoked a bunch of weed and stuff like that, and I was able to breathe even more. I was able. I was able. I almost said able. I was able to like actually like talk to everybody. I was more comfortable in the lunch line. I was able to dance. I was able to smile. You know, shake my legs and stuff like that, and be okay. And I thought I was the cool guy, right? But that was the effect produced by alcohol. It was for me to be comfortable with who I am, who I thought I was, you know? I was just running away from reality. My solution was in alcohol. When I got taller even more and I didn't even graduate high school, I just got wasted in high school and, you know, got in a bunch of fights, things like that. You know, the usual drunken log stuff. And it's similar. The reason why I share this is because I want to identify with you guys. I want you guys to understand that you guys are not alone. If you guys been there, dude, ladies, we understand. Man, waking up in jail at 17 years old, waking up in the park at 16 years old, dragging people on 4-tracks at freaking 15 years old, you know, getting home and trying to be okay. You know, where I'm from, you got to speak loud, right? Otherwise, they will take advantage. I'm not trying to get mad. I just seem to have a loud voice and stuff like that. But I do understand. You know, I finally got a little bit taller, and I decided, keep that in mind, I decided to catch a ride with my uncle up to New York, right? Up to Rochester, New York, and his lady is Mohawk. I have a niece that's Mohawk and half Navajo, And so I hung up there with the Mohawks for a while. We used to go fishing at the Canada River and things like that. I think it's the Canada River. Anyways, yeah, we got more wasted and I found cocaine. Wow, that was weird, you know. Breathe even more, things like that. But anyways, that's another story. I'll save that for another time. But I went down to Florida and things like that, and that's where I found more cocaine. But you know, part of me was I of course everybody likes cocaine and stuff like that, but I drank to do more cocaine. I did more cocaine to drink even more. It was weird, you know, and I didn't know what was wrong. And I thought everybody hated me. You know, everybody was, pointing fingers at me. I was pointing fingers at everyone. You know, there was a time in my life where, a time, not a time, there was a moment where I didn't like any of you guys, right? Pale faces, is that okay? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. You know? But it was weird. That stuck with me. That was festering deep inside in me. You know, attached so bad to where I didn't like any of you guys at all. At all. And that's real. You know, and I would punch cops because of that. And keep doing what I do best, man. Fuck up everything, cause harm to everybody. You know, I came back to Arizona and I got into a relationship, right? That was where I realized where I found the most, the most respectful family. And here I come in roaring like a freaking tornado, destroying everything. Everything. And all they wanted me to do was just be okay. Can you just stop drinking? No. Can you just stop? No. I kept running. I don't know. I came back to Arizona in 2011. I was out there just causing all kinds of harm and things like that, sleeping on benches, sleeping in parks, going to jail. The usual stuff that we always hear every time we go up here and we hear meetings and stuff like that. What I'm trying to get to is my alcoholism was progressing. It wasn't the alcohol or the drugs. It was my alcoholism, this disease of perception. My perception was just twisted, like all kinds of places. And we were wondering what was really going on. But as it progressed, I didn't know anything about this stuff, guys, at all. I didn't know you guys could do this stuff, like go talk at a freaking meeting here and give out these coins, and I call them chips, and I like to say I like to double dip with barbecue sauce and stuff like that, And that's just me. I didn't know anything about this family at all. I'm being honest. I really didn't know much. I know I had a disease. I wouldn't say diabetes, but my illness of the mind was centered right here, and I didn't know what to do, man. So my only solution was just to drink or run away all the time. Pretty sure we all knew that. We all knew that. Part of my step one is I showed up because AA asked. if I could speak here for you guys, you know. Cheers. And I don't know. I'm just really grateful because this stuff freaking works, guys. It really does. You know, there's people say they're powerless over things. What are you guys powerless over right now? Absolutely nothing. Is your life unmanageable right now? I don't think so. But it's when we attach this mind to shiny stuff, things become unmanageable and powerless because we're trying to arrange this inside of us to suit the people around us. Hopefully I'm not preaching, but I'm just sharing from current experience. And that's exactly what I was doing as I was getting taller. You know, it took me a long time to realize that. I came to believe that when we show up despite of what our head tells us or says to us, that's practice, and that's a beautiful thing. You know, alcoholism, or this thing called, you know, the devil, the angel. You know, I like to call them Pantera and Metallica, you know, because that's, I love music. I just show up. Not just show up, but, you know, I made a decision to turn, you know, like turn. Not like turn like that, but actually just surrender. Surrender. Part of that is this thing called action, right? What do we do that's part of action? Maybe it's sitting here. How did we all get here? I'm surprised that we're all here, right? Nice. Then I realized that I had this deep resentment against those people. You know, it took me a while to sit down with some other alcoholics and things like that and realize that it wasn't you guys. It wasn't. It was me this whole time. I'm basically you guys, and I just don't like every single of me. That was my realization is I need you guys just like as much as you guys need me. It's crazy how alcoholism works when it attaches and things like that to unmaterialistic things. You know, part of my fifth step was admitting all these to another human being. And I'm grateful for that. Because I hold it so much that I didn't even want to talk about it. I thought I was going to, you know, jump off a cliff and not tell anyone. But today I get to jump off a cliff into a water and be okay with that, you know? And I realized that I'm just more human, 6 and 7. But we get to humbly ask when these things show up, right? You know, part of step 9 is the action. How it works is just how it works. You know, the family that I was talking about, right? The family that I was talking about, the harms that I caused and the wreckage and everything, right? So I got this spiritual cheeseburger car like a couple months ago, and this is no coincidence, right? And I'm doing my men's trip back home, and you know, COVID, you know, what's that thing? You know, it just all went away, right? And I brought a brother with me to, to check out where I'm from and meet the mom and my sister and things like that. And we had dinner, right? We made some fry bread. We made some stew, and and we sat at the table, and that was the first time one of my brothers was like honored by the fact that he was able to, you know, experience a prayer that was in Navajo, right? It's a very powerful moment. But before that, we were sitting outside enjoying the sky and looking towards the San Francisco peaks. I think they call them Humphrey Peaks or whatever. And it's like we are just wondering, like, man, there's absolutely nothing going on. You know, we show up to these things and we complain about our parents paying for our cars and stuff like that. Well, I never had a car. My mom never paid for my stuff and things like that. But we show up and we complain about that stuff. And you know, you guys have parents. You guys have moms and dads. You know, they love you guys. Maybe a little bit too much. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, you know what my mom did? My mom told me, she said, before everything, we enjoyed that moment of clarity, sitting down with my mom, my sister, and being okay, right? Before all that, you know, my mother showed up to her door one day. She says, "You're not my son." You're not my son. I don't know who you are, but you need to leave this place. You know, I put my middle finger up in the air, like big time. I don't want to do it because I might be on TV. And that's when I didn't believe in a power, you know. But I'm grateful that my mom told me to go fuck off, right? Just go. I'm done with you. You know, I didn't talk to my mom for like 7 years. Close to almost 8 years. I think that's the most beautiful thing she ever did. I wouldn't be standing here today if my mom never did that. When it comes to parents, I think they should all do that for us to understand and grow. I know that was harsh, but that's just my experience. You know, back to that moment of sitting outside and my brother, you know, and that was the most beautiful moment ever. Realizing like God is everything or he's nothing. that was cool. But as the day went on, right? As the day pushed forward, we got in the car. You know, we took pictures, we hugged and everything, and I was really happy. You know, like a little kid again, getting excited. You know, hopping around and stuff like that. And I kind of blacked out, and as I was driving to this family that I caused harm to, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, you know, my brother fell asleep. I think he fell asleep. I don't remember. And I realized I was at the front door, or kind of like the front door of the person that the people that I caused harm to. As soon as I got out, I realized, what am I doing here? I don't take peanut butter anymore. And you know, I realized, like, okay, this is the moment, right? This is the moment. I said, okay. And I walked up to the stairs. And I rang the doorbell. There's a little camera on there, right? It's a new age these days. And the lady, she walked out. Or her son walked out. He says, "Hey, what's going on?" I thought I was gonna get a gun pulled on me and stuff like that, right? That was my alcoholism. And I was like, "Is your mom here?" And he says, "Yeah," like all happy and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh shit!" And I thought he was gonna get a gun, right? I had to make sure we had the car running and things like that. And you know, I got the spiritual cheeseburger car like a week before. It was on a Thursday, and you know, there's no coincidence, right? She kept saying that. She walked out. That's the only thing she said. She kept saying, "There's no coincidence." And I stood there, and I admitted, I I I, I said what I not needed to say. What I said was, it was wrong of me to take from you guys your sleep, your serenity, your everything. I stole everything. Everything. Literally just, maybe they don't believe in God anymore, and that's how much I took. And I was sitting there on this bucket, right? It was a white bucket, sitting there in the corner. She was sitting on the stairs, and she says, after I say, "Is there anything that I left out?" Right? And she goes and says, "This is no coincidence, Garrett. You know, this is no coincidence." I was wondering what she was. She was. She was. I didn't realize what she was saying until she mentioned, like, last week, Thursday, my son died of alcohol poisoning. When I got this car, this intuitive thought that we all came to believe in, when it's there with us the whole time, told me to go up there and do what we do. Clean up the wreckage, right? This is no coincidence, she says. And I was like, oh man. I started crying. I started crying. Started crying. Because sometimes, are we doing enough? Are we? Are we just showing up to meetings and pretending that we're okay? You know? Or are we actually carrying a message that's watered down? You know, there's families out there crying because we got brothers and sisters dying from this illness that we call alcoholism. Are we actually carrying the message? So we left. I told my brother, and I was like, "Hey man, this is what happened. This is what happened. You know, the solution is the simple prescription is always there. You know, trust, help others, help each others. You know, and most of all, we have this hard time of trusting in our innermost selves that we are who we are. We just get attached, then we start to blame, then we start to point fingers. And we forget. But, but, we have this thing called alcoholism, and it progresses in all kinds of ways. So if you're tired, that's good. Because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of hearing these I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Sometimes we share the message that's watered down, and are we what are we doing? That's why I have some brothers that tell me the truth every day, and we tell each other the truth. And I'm surrounded in the realm where I'm able to show up despite of what my head tells me. Being in that realm of recovery, service, and unity brings this breath, this freaking breath. I don't know how passionate we can get, but how free can we get? How free do you want to be from this thing that we call a illness of the mind? And that's where I get up in the morning and I make this amazing, I call them spiritual cheeseburgers, right? I really do. I do. And that's part of the disciplines of 10 and 11. And 12 is right here. But that's up to you guys. I mean, I'm not going to say you guys. I remember I getting yelled at when I said that. I wouldn't say yelled at. I was incorrect for saying that. So it's up to maybe us. And things like that. So part of the morning meditation is showing up and realize that I need to reconnect. When I'm recharged, I remember that I can get reminded on a daily basis. Being in conscious contact with my own understanding, anyone's perception, and things like that, we get to dance. We get to do some air guitars and things like that throughout the day, Be free. How free do you want to be? I don't know. When things get tough, I make spiritual cheeseburgers, and I tie my shoes. I really do. Because that always brings me back to the moment, all the time. I know we talk weird sometimes, but basically what we went through was just 1 through 12. I know I shared a little bit about my story and things like that. And this is where we find a host of friends, family, that don't normally mix, but really do understand each other's. Because deep down inside, every one of us, we had this all along. It was a power right here, deep down. And it brought this courage, this faith and hope. By the time we, I'll say it one more time, we. Yeah. We. And that's part of the first step. We admitted that we are powerless over our illness of the mind, and things become unmanageable. Always. My name is Garret. I don't know what I said. I kind of blacked out. And we love you guys. And we hope that you guys, just don't show up for meetings. Not just talk about it, do something about it. Right? People say talk about it. What is that going to do? I don't know. And get some words out, right? But there's this thing called black and white. We got to put it down on paper and actually do the work. And I don't know why I keep touching this. I love you guys, and my name is Garrett, and I think I'm gonna not stop, but I know that you guys know where I'm at. I'm right here, and I'll always be here. We will always be here. You know? I don't know why I'm holding that paper, but that's the cool part. I get to be up here and be free with you guys. Thank you. Honestly, I don't know what I said.